now.
Trying to take advantage
Do predictions now, or you're fired.
Off of
not Kaz, but you're all fired. I'm banning all of you.
I think that's a good strategy.
Is really
Please ban me. Why does my chat want me to ban you? I don't get why you guys want me to ban you. Don't you love me?
We do not care.
Fuck you. Your mom's a hoe.
No, fuck you, really, man.
No.
We're seeing a potential turnaround of the scoreboard.
You're starting to look like my history teacher in 11th grade law.
Was she hot at least?
I feel bad for Finsad Chan.
Listen, when you get a girlfriend, that's what you have to do too. Come on.
Whoa, Hito.
Whoa, Hito.
You can do it. You can do it.
Wait, I'm a granny.
Okay, here we go.
Kiss it.
Oh.
That's it.
Oh shit! Oh my god, that was perfect!
Then wash it off and redo it for application.
Dude, Will's form is insane.
Under the lights, under the pressure.
Oh
with the big flu
my
game.
god!
Oh, Cypher, unfortunately, barely misses the dunk.
All right, I've seen it all.
BJP to
Okay,
Cypher.
get the ball out of there. Get it out
They
of there.
needed
It's
that
time
right
to
now,
go.
and now it's Will driving it up. It's E-Rob trying to make something happen. Of
Eric!
it.
Oh my
They're
god.
fighting for the ball. They're playing dirty. Oh my god. They are
Come
physically
on, Chance.
assaulting each other.
Oh
Soda
my
pop and
god!
This
is
No
illegal.
way!
This is
Okay,
illegal
all
in
right.
several
This
states,
game's
to be
over.
honest.
Can we? All right. Oh,
Get that ball. Get that ball. Cypher, you gotta make those.
What
This
did
is
I just?
good, though.
What was the last
Cypher got
minute?
fouled,
What the hell
didn't
did we
he? Or
just
are they
fucking?
timing out?
What did my eyes
think
just
it
witness?
was,
Get Finn to take some of these for you. That I know. That's what I keep saying. Like, and then like the pictures that Finn took of like Miz yesterday. I was like, bro, why don't you take pictures like that for me? Meanwhile, I have to screenshot a video. That's why this is cropped like this, because it was originally a video, and I like paused the video and then I screenshot the picture, and I screenshot it and turned it into a picture. He tells me all the time, like, I am just not good at taking photos. Like, I don't pose. Like, I'm really awkward. Like, I want pictures taken of me, but at the same time, I'm like so awkward. I don't know how to pose. And then like, I just like, I'm like really awkward. Like, oh, it's so cold in here. S-Man didn't pay heat rent. Heat rent. You know what I meant. Okay, dude, there's a comment that says, what does pinch pack mean? And an answer, there's one answer. To pinch one off means to quickly squeeze out a poo. 2, to pinch off the end of a rather large poo in order to be done quicker. Okay, now the other thing, chat, that would just let people think that nothing in there is rotting, and they're just going to keep putting things in there and keep leaving it in there, and it's just going to keep getting worse and worse and worse. At least if it smells, they know what they're doing is wrong in some sense. Okay, if they don't smell it, they're going to be like, oh, everything's okay, let's just keep loading it up and putting all the food in there and then never eating it and then letting it rot, and then I don't use that fridge anyway. There's another fridge in the kitchen that we mix things in. I'm not dealing with it.
Wait, Jay, check your can of Red Bull and make sure it wasn't made in Austria, Monkers.
Distributed by Santa Monica, CA, made in Austria. Wait, what's up with that? No, seriously. Wait, what's wrong with the Red Bull? Would this explain why I had a panic attack yesterday? Hello? Chat, you guys are freaking me the fuck out. Chat, am I falling apart? Is that part of it? Your nails break? No one is telling me I lied to you. He'll go live like right around the time that I like go like sign out from like being in the closet, and like I'll take my makeup off, and as soon as I lie down, I'll hear, yo, what's up, boys? And then it's like, oh, okay, like Grayson's live, and then I will watch like a TV show or two and then go to sleep. The one time we had the fire alarms and every single smoke detector went off in the house for some reason. We still don't know what did it, but the fire department came and like unplugged our shit and like fixed it and like unplugged, like turned it off, turned it back on again, and everything was fine. And like Finn was like pacing around the room, like everyone's trying to figure out like what's happening. And I just woke up and I was like, and he was like, yo, like, do you not hear the smoke detectors? I'm like, yeah, there's no smoke though. Like I looked around, I was like, I don't smell anything. I'm just gonna go back to bed. And he was like, you're gonna go back to bed? And I was like, yeah. And I did. And I went right back to sleep through the alarms. And he was just like, I can't believe you're gonna sleep right now. And then I was like, all right, fine. And I got up, but there was like nothing we could do. Like we looked around the house, we tried to like take it, like there was nothing we could do. Like the fire department had to come and do it. Like, bro, I don't give a fuck. And he was like, you really would have just slept through a fire. And I was like, I don't smell smoke. There is no fire. Like, yeah, I'm gonna go back to bed. It was like 4 or 5 in the morning. You can tune out sound, but a messy kitchen you have to deal with. Exactly. It's kind of comforting when you hear roommates. Yeah, it does. It makes the house feel more lively. You know, like and it is kind of also at the same time kind of safe to me when I think about it, because if there's someone awake at all times of the day, I feel like it would be really hard
That's
for like a
on
stalker or someone to
antidepressants, so
like
it
go
allow.
unnoticed in the house. You know what I mean? But like that's why like people still say that. They'll be like, yeah, Jay would sleep through a fire. Jay would sleep. And I was like, no, there was no. If there's a fire, yeah, of course. But I didn't smell anything. We're literally on the first floor. Like we would smell smoke immediately. Like no, you'd want to be awake at all times because I want to hang while everyone's up. Honestly though, like I used to be like that too. When I lived in the first house, the first streamer house, I was just like that. I was like, I want to be where everyone is. It gets old really
Believe
fast.
me, if there was smoke to smell, Jay would be the first to smell it. Oh my gosh knows.
I'm telling you, like you get sick of it real quick. I'm telling you, like it'll go, it is not that great. But I guess it also depends on like who you have the house with. You know, like at Mrs. House, I loved it. I loved being at Mrs. House. It was all the friends, all the homies. It was such a cool vibe, good vibes. Like, so I guess it just depends. When I had roommates, I would hide in my room. Yeah, I mean, that's what I do now. I hide in my room. I hide in here. And my therapist said, she was like, well, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I mean, I just lock myself in the closet and I just put myself on survival mode. It's fine. I'm okay. And she was like, no, that's not okay. You are not okay if you're putting yourself in survival mode. And I was like, what else am I gonna do? Like, you did that at Mrs. House too. I did, but like toward the end I did, yes. But in the beginning, the first few months, no. I promise I was not like that. Ryan would bombard you, but I loved that though. I loved having a friend that like knew they could come to me for anything. Like, dude, I loved that. Like Russell could have taken my whole fridge. I wouldn't care. And I didn't care. I loved it. That house was great. How awkward was it when you first brought up to S-Van? This was actually S-Van's idea to give me the closet. And I just accepted because it made my rent cheaper. My rent is really cheap because I stream in a closet. This was all his idea. And I was like, yeah. Do you dislike it? I liked it in the beginning and then I started to hate it. And now I love it. Now I love it again. I consider the closet like a Stockholm syndrome. The more time I spent in it, the more I started to love it. And now I love being in here. This is my safe space. This is like my only like cozy safe space. Even though it's like in conjunction with S-Fan's room, it's still like my safe space. Like I can come in here and everything's fine. While living with a number of streamers, is there an unspoken protocol to follow before opening doors and shit in case somebody is live? How do y'all manage that? I mean, like what I always did was I would just go on Twitch and see who's live. Like if I needed to talk to S-Fan, I'd be like, all right, let me check if he's live. And if he's live, I'd be like, okay, I'll wait. Or sometimes it's easy. Like when I lived in Mrs. Old House, if I knew Russell was live, I knew I could just go right into his room. I wouldn't have to knock or anything. I could just go in his room because he's already live. I don't have to worry about privacy because he's streaming his entire room. Like he's not doing something weird because he's live. So I could like go in his room or whatever. But if we weren't live, we would knock on each other's door and just be like, and then he'd be like, yo, and then I'd come in. It's pretty much the same thing here too. Like we're all pretty much like that. Or like, for example, I'm walking and I'm in the kitchen and S-Fan's in the kitchen. He'd be like, hey, is Finn up? And I'll just be like, yes, or no, not yet, you know, something like that. Or sometimes, or we'll just text each other, you know, because then you don't have to worry about like a sense of urgency. What if you have a really farty housemate? I mean, S-Fan isn't that bad. He can control it. It's not that bad.
Yeah, just as
If
I
I'm-
thought, I think he's a little bit trapped.
So I'm
in the
just
shots
like
at
me
those
with their
units,
lights flashing
firing at
like,
least
why
two
are you
more
so
shots.
upset?
I wouldn't watch this. Bro, watch the chase. Yeah, no, I wouldn't watch it.
Is somebody firing at, or is he firing out? See, it almost looked like somebody was firing in. Did you see, Rob? Could you tell?
No, all he
Couldn't-
needs to
couldn't
do
tell,
is follow
couldn't
the
tell.
train tracks until
It
they
could
head
go either way, but he was
underground.
firing,
0
maybe
stars
firing
as
out through the windshield of that truck. I don't know what he was firing at, but it looked like from up here, it looked like he was firing out of the vehicle. Again, I don't know what he was pointing at, but more shots fired.
Hey, unless
here.
there's blood, we're
Incoming.
good. Wow, so they
Quite
were shooting
frankly, guys, we
before
don't
the
know if
one.
anybody has been
the one
struck
that
by
we saw.
gunfire over the course of this pursuit yet. It's certainly possible. We just don't have that information yet.
Now, see, if I were that dude, I would be listening to the police scanner. I would put on a police scanner, put it on the channel that I'm in, the area I'm in, hear what they're doing, and plan accordingly. That's how you do that shit. You wouldn't be able to start the car. Well, I'm not trying to steal a car in the first place, and you think I'm gonna have a gun? Are you kidding? Infinite gas cheat code. What do you mean encrypted? Like you can't just... Whoa, why are you guys roasting me? Yo! What What the frick? Yo, chill. Ooh.
Whoa! Oh, into the pole, into the pole, into the pole. They can't hear me, right? Oh, gosh. Look at this. Suspect. He's running without the gun. Running without the gun. They're going to take him down here. He's now on Western Avenue. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. He's on foot trying to carjack somebody else.
I knew it.
Trying to carjack
I knew
somebody
it.
else. Whoa. There he goes. 5 cops on him. 6 cops.
Is that S-Fan cheering? I just don't get why he went for the truck. Like, does he think like he's gonna be safer? Like, bro,